Learn just how easy it is to post data using a webhook from Axiom.ai back to a scenario you have in Make. I'm Alex Barlow, co-founder of Axiom. Let's dive in. Quickly before we start, we of course have the guide available on our website. Docs, use the sidebar menu, go to Guides, API, and then click on the correct link. Okay, let's go through the guide step by step and show you just how to send data to your Make scenario from Axiom using a webhook. Okay, first step, let's start making our scenario. What we need to do is go into Make, create our new scenario, and set up our trigger, which will be a webhook. So let's just go on to the Make desktop. Now, I'm quite new to Make myself. It's been fun learning it. I intend to dig a little deeper. So create a new scenario. I'm going to click on the plus. Well, I don't need to because their equivalent of their step finder, what we call the step finder, where you can choose your apps, is already showing. And I can just click on webhooks. Now, the next thing I need to do is select a trigger type of webhook, and it's custom webhook. Now, if you're not in the right, if you're already adapting an existing scenario and you're not in the right context, so to speak, you might not see the triggers. So make sure you're adding the step into the right place. I'm going to add my custom webhook. Now all I need to do is set it up. So I need to create a webhook. It's pretty simple, to be fair. Nicely designed UI by Make. My bot. I'm just going to call it bot. And click save. And you can see instantly here, this is a nice bit of UI I like. The inline Make have shown me their endpoint that I need to send a post request to, and I can just copy that address straight from their clipboard. So I'm going to shortly open Axiom and set that up, and we can reopen those settings just by clicking there. But you'll also see the this little animated button, the stop button, and that's basically, as it says here in the instructions, it says Make is now listening for data. So it's basically it's in a test state, ready for Axiom to send it some data. So without further ado, let's go to Axiom and send some data over there. Now I've got another tab open. All we're going to do is quickly scrape the title of our website and send that to Make. So just for the purpose of the demo, let's keep it short and sweet. I'm going to open Axiom because I can work with Axiom and Make at the same time. So I'm going to open it up here. I've got a scraper step already set up. What I need to do is add the trigger webhook step. And so you'd add this step to the end of the automation you want to, whether it's posting data from or you're doing something else where that you want to work with your scenario and Make. So I'm going to add the trigger webhook. Equally as simple to set up than as we've got in Make. And we basically need to take that endpoint Make shared with us and insert it into the endpoint field. Then inside payload, that's the data that we send in our JSON to the Make scenario via a post request. Now we just click insert data to pass that scraped data. And that's literally it set up. Axiom now is ready to send some data to Make. So let's, without further ado, click on Run. I'm going to run it in the cloud. Now, obviously, keep in mind, you do need to be a subscriber to use these features, the API features of Axiom. So that's the Axiom runner opening up. It's going to open up the page, scrape the data. Let's go back to Make because it's listening for the data. What we should see here now is very shortly, that should turn to green and it should be verified. There we go. Successfully determined, they've received the data. So that's how we know the webhook has worked, and it's posted the data to Make to our scenario. Now all will be left for me to do is continue building my scenario out with all the features that Make have to offer, integrating into a range of apps via their API, for example, Airtable, Monday, etc., Google Drive. So that's how you can post data from Axiom, a browser automation tool, to an API automation tool, and you can connect the browser to the API using a webhook. Thank you.